Good day everyone, my name is Jerson Daniel Angeles and today I will demonstrate you our COC3 and COC4 for our NC2 and I use Windows Server 2012. After clicking next, we will install the Windows Server now. Okay na yan. After that, we will enter the product key and click next. And then we will install the Windows Server GUI and then we will click next. And then we will accept the license terms. Then we will choose custom install. And then we will create a partition. After that, we will create a partition and convert gigabyte to megabyte and then click apply. And then we will choose partition 4 as the location to install our Windows Server. And then we will wait for all the files to copy. After the installation, the laptop will automatically restart. After the installation, this will be shown and we will need to input a password for the administrator. I will use password CSS at 2025. Caps lock. And then we will click finish. Then after that, we will need to press Ctrl Alt Delete to sign in. And then we will just type the password that we created earlier. CSS at 2025. And then we will press enter. Now here in the server managers, we will need to click add roles and features. We will search for server selection and then server roles and we will need to add ADDS or Active Directory Domain Services. Click add features and the next and the next and then we will need to click this restart the destination server automatically if required. We will need to click yes and then install. Then we will need to wait for the installation to be completed. Now after the installation, as you can see, ADDS will be shown here and now we will need to click the notification and then click promote the server to a domain controller. After clicking that, we will need to add a new forest and then create a root domain name and I will choose server.com as my domain name. Then I will click next and we will need to input the password that we created earlier, which is CSS at 2025. Now after entering the password, we will just need to continually click next button. And then after the domain name is shown, we will need to click next again. And then we will need to click install. After the installation, the PC will automatically restart. After the PC restarts, as you can see, there is a DNS and a DDS. Now we will proceed on adding DHCP. Then we will click again the restart the destination server and then install. Now after the installation of DHCP, I click the notification to commit the features of DHCP. Now for the next step, we will click Tools and then Active Directory Users and Computers to create a user. To create user, we will need to click server.com and then right click the user and then new user. And then we will need to input a name. I will use user1 as a name. And then next. For the password, we will use CSS at 2025. And then we will uncheck the user must change password and log in. Then we will check user cannot change password and password never expire. And then next. And then finish. Now you can see the user in here. Now for the next step, we will click Tools and then DHCP and then the Windows. We will need to click IPv4 and then add new scope and then next. Then for the name, we will use user. Users. Now for the start IP address, we will put 192.168.0.10. Then for the end, we will just change 10 into 100, limiting the server into 90 users. And then next. And then we will continuously click next until we finish it. Now for changing the IP address, we will click Ethernet and then properties. Then we will select Internet Protocol version 4 and then properties. Then we will select the following IP address. We will put 192.168.0.1 and for the preferred DNS is the same. Then we will click OK. Subnet mask. For the next step, we will add GPO. We'll click Tools and then Group Policy Management and then for server and then the domain, then server.com. We will right click it and create a GPO in this domain and then OK. After creating the GPO, we will right click the new group policy and then enforce it and then edit. Now for the folder redirection, we need to create a new disk. Now we will need to allocate the unallocated disk. We will press Windows X and then we will click disk management and then right click and new simple volume and then next until finish. Now once the disk is allocated, we will click it and create a new folder. And we will name it users. And then we will right click it and then properties, going to sharing and then advanced sharing, and then share this folder, then permissions, and we will check and allow it all, and then add. We will add the admin and then check names. And then we will click the built-in account and then we will press OK. After clicking the built-in administrator, we will click OK. After that, we will just need to allow the full control for everyone and administrator. And then click apply. Now after that, we will need to click apply again. Then okay. And then share. Now for the next step, we will add everyone and then change the permission level into read and write and then share and then done. Now we will need to copy the network path into the group policy management editor. Then we will click policies and then Windows settings and then folder, redirection and desktop, then properties, and then we will click the basic redirect everyone, and then we will need to paste the network path here and then apply. After that, we will go to our client's device and right click this PC, then properties, and then change settings, and then change to rename, and then we proceed to the domain and we will type our domain name, which is server.com, and then OK. After that, we will input our username, which is user1, and password CSS at 2025, and then press OK. This will appear. Once the client's device has restarted, we will need to input the username and password. After signing into the client's device, we will proceed on to the server's device. As you can see, this is the user's folder and inside it are the files. And then we will need to continue and then click security tab and then advance and change. Then we will input the object name into admin and then check names, go into administrator and then OK, OK again, and then apply. Now our server device has the access into our desktop client device, which is the desktop. Now for the example, we will create a new folder named testing, and now it will appear here in the server's device. Next step, we will go to the control panel and then to the hardware and device and printers. Then we will add a printer, then next, then add a local printer or network, and then next again. Then we can choose whatever the manufacturer we want. and then next.
1, 2, 3.
For testing the printer if it's working, we will create a docs file. Then after that, we will go to Windows R and enter the IP address that we entered last time. And here is the clicking the printer, it will now connect to the server after the installation. The next step, we will create a docs file and we will test if it will work and print in here. So as you can see,
Wow! Successful!
it is now successful.
Successful ba?
To backup and restore, we will go to control panel and click backup and restore, and then set up backup, and then input the username and password.
Then click next. After clicking next, you will see this, the additional system. Then save settings and run backup. So you can see now the backup is in progress, and we will just wait a moment.
So now the files are backing up.
Then let's close this, and now I will delete the testing.docs. Delete it. Then delete it in recycle bin. So you see, I'll delete it now. Delete. Yes. Then we'll go back into the control panel and restore more files. We will now input the administrator. You can see this now. Then next. Then now, we'll minimize this and browse, search for backup, and restore browse for files, administrator, backup D, desktop, documents, this one, users one, backup, documents, then testing, add files, then next, then restore. After your finish is restored, you can see now the testing is now back up. And that's all for the video. Thank you for watching, everyone.